Oh, you're there. I was gonna press the button to call you up. And I guess I did when I set the phone there. Good afternoon, everyone. Hallelujah anyhow. One thing after another. Oh, but God is large and He's in charge. If you saw the little video yesterday showing you the water damage to my crochet books, today I went through that same pile that I showed you. I think I was able to save 2 of them, and I think some pages of one. I love, how many of you know Creative Grandma Glenda Wilkeman? I think that's how you say her last name. I love her crochet books. Something very strange. As much as I love her crochet books in her Stitch of the Weeks, I've never followed her channel. But anyway, I had quite a few of her books. Do you remember a few years back, Hobby Lobby sold? They had like a whole area of craft books. And I showed you yesterday how much they were and then how much I got them for. Some were like $10 and I paid $1 and something. I think I was able to save one of her books. Just slowly opening the pages because they are damaged from the water, and if you go too quick, you rip the page and lose half the pattern. And also, I have to be careful with smell. If they smell musty or mildewy, they have to get thrown out because I have such an allergy to that. So I think I was able to save 1 or 2 of her books, and I think I was able to save someone else's. Oh, it's disappointing, but I put things into perspective and say books are replaceable. Hey, and how many times has God blessed me on Facebook Marketplace with a box of free books one time, another time 2 plastic storage totes filled to the brim with books for I think $10 or $12 for both of those bins. That was an elderly couple that lived way out in the country. I had so much fun that day. I went to go buy their books, but they had chickens. And the husband asked me to sit down once I told him I raised chickens. And we sat there, and his wife came out and was telling me about all the years that she crocheted, and just such nice people. Anyway, hey, yeah, some books got ruined, but I'm still so thankful that no tree came through that roof. I'm still thankful that that ceiling that has buckled has not fallen down yet, because there's still things in that room I need to get out. The landlord's, he can't send anyone to fix that ceiling until I do my part and get things out of there so people can get in there. It's not a very big room. One thing I need to get out and get rid of is, right after that added-on room was built, I thought I was going to use it. I never have. It's a desk. It's not that big, and it has one drawer, and then 3 shelves. And I always thought, well, and I have it right in front of a window. I thought I'll just put it there and I'll be able to sit there and it'll be a nice place to crochet, look over patterns, write letters, send cards. I still do that, but it's become a place to just pile things up on, and I just need to get rid of that. You know what they say, the more space you have, the more things you accumulate. Now, when the landlord had talked to me about adding on a new room, I thought, oh, that'll just be great. I can set it up like just a small living room. I didn't even have that love seat or a chair or a lamp to put in there. We were just talking about making plans for it, And then that love seat I got from a garage sale. It was like $5. These people were just selling everything. I think I had come around like the last day. And anyway, if you followed me for a while, you know that that's the elephant in the room, because it's a lavender color, but it's so nice and comfortable, and it folds out to a bed, but it's not a bed that has legs. It's a foam bed. Of course, I've never had to use it, but it's very comfortable to sit on. And it is right underneath where the ceiling has buckled. Still there. So, and then little by little, I got a chair, like an accent chair, and then a lamp, and then that desk, and then it just became a room to just put things in, but not put things away, organized. And it's my own fault. And then the 2 major surgeries on my shoulder, and then other things, I just never had the strength to get in there. Now I don't have a choice. It has to get sorted out. I'm sure there's more books that have gotten damaged. I just haven't gotten to them yet. I think I was able to save one of the Granny scrapbooks. I think so. Now today at 5 o'clock, I'm supposed to pick up that rooster for free on Marketplace. So that's good. I already have in the back a little pet carrier, because he's supposed to be a small rooster. Now if he's bigger than that pet carrier, I don't know what I'll do, because I'm not about to lug no cage. I was thinking this morning, about something I had read or heard a few years back. Don't pick it up. And what that means is, if you got someone around you that's trying to unload drama onto you. Now, I'm not talking about someone that is troubled by something and they look to you as someone to confide in, and they look to you to just listen, or maybe they ask your opinion and you can encourage them or give them some direction. Not that kind of person. I'm talking about someone that is, well, the Bible calls it contentious. If you've got someone like that around, just nitpicking at you, and they've always got to have the last word, only what they say and what they do is right. Only they have the right motives. You know, I'm dealing with someone like that. God's helping me. God is helping me. But a situation happened this morning with this said person. And, you know, we always have a choice to respond or react too, right? And I had a pastor back home that he was a pastor and he was a part-time school bus driver and he worked at the post office part-time. We didn't have a very big church that supported the ministry like many big churches and mega churches do, you know. Anyway, I remember him talking about how we have that choice to respond or react and to be careful. Just because we're thinking something doesn't mean we have to say it. And also, he gave the example of once, you know, a letter or something is put in the mailbox, you know, those blue mailboxes that my post office used to have outside and they did away with them. You put something in there for the mailman to pick up. Well, you can't reach your hand back in there and take it out. And the pastor was making the example of, you know, once we say something, we can't get those words back. The pastor I have now says you can't unhonk the horn. And so, dealing with someone that's contentious, have to be so careful, right? But the thought came this morning of something I heard or something I read a few years back about don't pick it up. Meaning, whatever that type of person is trying to put on you, don't pick it up. Don't pick it up and add it to things in this life that, you know, we're already carrying. Just don't pick it up. And I believe that God brought that to my mind when the situation was happening. Because it really can try you. And I can tell you the situation because no one knows the person. But it has to do with, you know, the cats that we have out on the land. I don't know where they all came from. I know that Miss Kitty Cat has been around my place 4 years or more. She just showed up and she never left. And that was the only cat out there for a while. Then all of a sudden, one showed up at someone else's space out on the land and had babies. And it did get out of control. And I guess last year, someone else that lives out on the land, the contentious one, wanted to be the hero and trap them all and take them down to Garland. And the person did, and it helped, of course. But at that time, when the person was coming around talking about that, I mean, I said what you're doing is a wonderful thing. It really is. But we live a little bit out in the country, and it's not going to stop cats from coming over here. I don't know where they come from. We have subdivisions. There's a big problem here in Texas. I don't know in other places with animals being dumped off. I don't know. I know when that mama cat, you Spunky's mom had her 3 babies. I tried to trap them because a nephew of my landlord's that lives way out in the country wanted barn cats. I was able to trap one. Spunky is still there and the mom is still there. And I don't know what happened to that third one. Well, someone's got to go here. And these other cats have come and had babies under other people's trailers. And funny thing is, Miss Kitty Cat don't bother with none of them. I've said before, she thinks she's cut from finer cloth. Someone has said that there's a tomcat coming around and doing his thing, and I've only seen the cats that have been out there. I haven't seen a different one, so I don't know who the tomcat is. They say he comes and goes, and well, the person came to my place this morning, knocking on the door like the police, and wanted to set out traps for Miss Kitty Cat and Spunky and Spunky's mom. And I couldn't really hear because you know how Esther gets when someone's around, and I had the air conditioner going, and I didn't go all the way outside. But I heard the person say that they'll trap them and take them down to Garland and get them fixed. And well, I said, I'm just worried that you're not going to return them, because there's talk about this person going around saying that said person has set traps to take them to the shelter, which the shelters are not taking cute kittens or cats or cute puppies or dogs, especially dogs. They're having an outbreak of kennel cough. So I said, I'm, concerned you won't bring them back, and Miss Kitty Cat is just a fixture around here. Well, I got the 3rd degree. Mind you, I'm like 20 years older than this person, but I'm noticing people don't respect people's age anymore. And so the person has 3 traps set around my place, but those cats are smart. I noticed the cat food is gone, but the door hasn't shut. I do know this, that if they get trapped and they're left overnight, or if they get trapped at night, like in the middle of the night or something, and tomorrow I wake up and see them in the cages, I'm gonna have to knock on said person's door like the police and find out when is this plan of theirs to take them to get fixed, because I'm not gonna allow the cats to be stuck in a cage a whole day. And I know the place, and you know this, I've told you, when I had Monster and I was calling around and going around for a wellness check and all that place in Garland that fixes the cats takes the first 12 people for free. After that, it's a reduced price, but you have to get there like 4:35 in the morning. The guy told me that, because people line up. So hey, I'm thankful if this person is willing to do all that, and it will help with don't appreciate the way the person, is approaching me about it. Like, it's my fault that there's this cat problem. I'm not at fault. I'm not fathering the kittens or having the kittens. And I guarantee you can catch every last one of them and take them down there to get fixed. And by, we're going to have the issue again. Of course, not with the ones that have been fixed, but there's going to be some strays wander over and things will happen. Or a pregnant mama will come on the land and decide, oh, this is a cozy place to have my babies, and here we go. And is this person going to blame me like I'm going out looking for pregnant cats to bring there to have their babies? Contentious. And nothing that you say, and no matter your tone of voice, you're the problem. You're rude and you're the problem is what I've been told. And so I believe God brought those words to me, don't pick it up, and reminded me of what I had heard or what I had read a few years back. I got enough things going on in my life. Health, finance, this water damage. Like, everyone has things going on in their own life. They don't need to pick up someone else's drama. If this person wants to be a hero and trap every cat in Texas and go get them fixed, bless you. Bless you. But don't condemn other people and think that you're so much better because of what you're doing. No. Hey, God knows. God searches our hearts. And He knows our motives. And He knows how to humble us. God knows how to humble us all. So if you're dealing with someone like that, don't pick it up. You don't have to say what you're thinking. Sometimes it's not worth saying anything. Because maybe you'll say something, Bible does say a soft answer turneth away wrath. But Bible also talks about being silent. You just have to know, is it worth saying something? Even if it is a soft answer, is it worth it? Because with this said person, I've learned it's not. I've tried to be kind and yet assertive. And then the words out of that person's mouth, it's not cussing me out or anything, but insulting, they make me feel like, well, was I right to stand up for this or stand up for that or say anything? Then I have to deal with that thought. So don't pick it up. I've not picked it up today. I'm just sharing the opportunity I had to pick up this person's drama. And we all have an opportunity. Not worth it. Oh. I already have one strike against me with this person because said person does not like chickens or geese. I have chickens and the goose, so that's actually 2 strikes against me. And maybe the person don't even like dogs. I don't know. The person is definitely a cat person. also thought about if Miss Kitty Cat and Spunky's mom do get trapped and do get fixed and do get returned to me. I was thinking, I'll go buy a thank you card and I'll look for a bookmarker that has a cat on it. And then I thought more about it, and it's a nice gesture, right? But is it going to open a door to more problems? I think it would. And so I will probably just, if they get trapped and fixed and returned, and if I see said person, I will just say, thank you for what you did, and leave it like that. You know, I try to be a peacemaker because my growing up was just a lot of conflict. And I try to stay away from it. I try. We shall see, right? I believe that the person will bring the cats back. That little Spunky is so cute. Follows me to the dumpster. When I sit outside, he wants to be picked up now and petted, and he falls asleep on my lap. You can't help but get attached to him, you know? They know that they're safe. They also don't really run with all those other cats, which is interesting. Well, I'm going to let you go. Oh, almost a half hour. I have to check the time. It's probably around 3. I'm not going to be out for 2 hours, but I wanted to put that pet carrier in the car. I did not sleep a wink last night. Again. It is catching up to me. Gonna get gas. The gas prices, you can't keep up with them. And you know, it's the end of the month, and so I think they mess around with the gas prices towards the end of the month, knowing that people are trying to stretch their dollar. Yep, well, while I'm at this red light, I'm going to say bye. And remember, don't pick it up. I'll talk to you later.